Okay, so fast forward a little bit. Here we are, part two of the video. Just wanted to let you guys know, Johnny, this is where I'm at today. So after a lot of setbacks, and you keep in mind when we have anxiety, a lot of this time it's two steps forward and one step back. So don't be alarmed of the setbacks. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get to delete and erase all the progress you made and you're going back to old ways. No, just keep in mind and try to focus on the fact that you made one step forward, no matter what it is, no matter how small of a step it is. Always keep in mind that with anxiety, it's normally two steps forward, one step back. So just keep that in mind, that you're going to be able to succeed, and you're going to have situations where you're maybe not going to be able to make it, or maybe, and don't worry about it. It's going to happen. There's going to be really good days, really bad days, and even on the really bad days, you could still make it a good day at the end of it. So where I'm at now, after 4 years, and I was in the exact same spot as you're in right now, where it's crippling, you. You feel like there's no solution and everything else. And I had that, man. Trust me, where I didn't think my life would ever be the same, and it's not to some expense, but there's also a lot of things that I can do now that I didn't think I was going to be able to ever do again. So you have to remain positive, but the only way to do it is to, sometimes you got to push yourself, sometimes you got to go to these things, sometimes you have to suffer, if you will, but just always keep in mind those steps that I told you. I'm sure you're going to be okay. What I'm able to do now, I'm able to go to a restaurant, I'm able to sit down, have a meal with friends, family, or whatever. I've done it plenty of times this year when I thought I would never do it ever again. And it's just not realistic. You got to wrap your head around the fact that you're going to have to do these things. And it's not going to be easy, but you have to deal with it in your own way. I find when I go to restaurants, it hits me a lot when I have a dinner at night, because I wake up in the morning and all day I'm stressing over it. All day I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. I don't want to go. Da, 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 da. Maybe I don't have to go. Oh, well, what's going to happen if I cancel? People are going to get disappointed. People are going to tell me they don't want me to come. Blah, 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 blah. And it just, it goes like that. And that's just how it is for me. So, but I always find a way. I do some stuff. I do some exercise during the day. I get that extra energy that I have out of my body, and that helps me. So then I relax for a good part of the day. I do some yoga stretches. I might even do some meditating. Like, I do all kinds of little things to help me cope with the fact that I'm going out and doing this, and I don't really feel comfortable doing it, but I'm not going to let something that's uncomfortable stop me from going out and seeing my friends and seeing my family and having a good time. And they realize that it's a big trigger for me, so you got to watch out for it. But so I'm able to do that. I went to a hockey game with 21,000 people in the Bell Center in Montreal a couple of months ago with my girlfriend, and I had a great time. Yeah, there was times where I was like, man, is this really reality? Like, it's a surreal moment kind of deal. I had really good seats, but I was like, at the end of it, I'm so glad I went, because I had amazing seats and I had a good time. And, I had a few drinks with my girlfriend and we had a good time. So, you got to push yourself. So I'm able to do that. I haven't missed work. I'm very proud of this one. I haven't missed work for anxiety related symptoms in about 2.5 years, I want to say. And there was some bad times, man, when I was at work and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get through. How am I going to get through the rest of the day like this? And then I just sat there and I plugged in my headphones and I did the whole thing over and over and over again. And I accepted it and I said, you know what? Whatever. Once you let go, I'm telling you, it's the biggest thing. Once you just let go and not worry about what's going to happen the rest of the day or 5 minutes from now or 10 minutes from now, once you let go of that future, it really helps you. So just try to keep that in mind. As scary as it is, just try to keep that in mind. At the end of the day, literally at the end of the day of your work day, you're going to be like, yes, I did it, man. I did it. You're going to be in your car. You're going to freak out. Yes. You're going to be so proud of yourself. And you feel like, not invincible, but you feel like there's progress being made, So that one helped me a lot. The work one too. The restaurant, the sporting events. There's a lot of different situations where, I'm doing right now. I go to a public gym. That was a tricky one too, because even sometimes to this day, there's situations that happen, the gym is crowded or whatever, there's a lot of people or whatever it is. And, it's difficult, but you just have to keep going to the fact that you accept it, that you feel good about it, that, it's uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous. All those little things that I said in the past video. But I wanted to tell you where I'm at. It's easy for me to just sit there and give you advice and do this, and then I don't say where I'm at today, I'm recording a video in my home, it doesn't, maybe you won't believe me, maybe whatever, but I could tell you for a fact that, it has gotten a lot better. I could tell you that right now. It's gotten a lot better. Why are my cheeks so red? The fuck? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so I'm able to do that. What else? I'm able to go to malls. I'm able to go shopping by myself or with people or whatever. There's so many things that I'm able to do now that I wasn't able to do 4 years ago. Like, I thought my life was over, man. Not in a, not in a suicide way or nothing like that, but I thought for whatever reason that, I was not going to be able to get over this ever again. And I was just going to be doomed to the anxiety for the rest of my life. And although it's always going to be there, look, anxiety, it helps us. It protects us for whatever reason. Like, it's there to protect us. So it's not your enemy. It's actually your friend, but, you recognize it as an enemy because it comes out of nowhere, and it's like your whole system is off. Like, it's malfunctioning, it's misfiring. So once you get that in your mind that, hey, these things are happening to me, but I don't really need them to be happening to me, it helps, So it's always going to be there, and accept that, because you're not going to get rid of it. You need it. You need it to survive. You need it for survival systems. You need it to enable, like, if something actually is happening that's dangerous, well, you're going to be ready for it, man. And once you are, it's going to be there, and you're going to be ready, and you're going to be used to it. But the difference is, like I said in the last video, you're not going to freak out over all the symptoms because you actually have a danger in front of you. It's when we don't have a danger in front of you that you actually freak out about these symptoms. So, that's my life right now, man. And, every single situation, every event that I get invited to 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, I try not to think about it. And during the week, I definitely do. I'm like, okay, 5 more days till the event. Okay, all right. And then I just let go. Just let go, man. And then, I think about it the day of a little bit. But it never helps. It never helps. So try to, if you ever have something that's coming up or whatever, just, I don't want to say distract yourself, because when you distract yourself, you're resisting it, Like, so when you resist it, it persists, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can't really do that, but, find ways to sort of, be okay with it and accept it, and, like, whatever is going to happen to me at these particular events, I accept it, and that's it. So I just want to let you know that's where I'm at these days, and I feel a lot better now than I did 4 years ago. And I wish that when it happened to me 4 years ago, I wish that certain people were there to help me out, and it's hard to do at first, man, and it's going to take time. But don't be discouraged if you take 2 steps forward and you take 1 step back, or you take 1 step forward, you take 1 step back. It doesn't mean that you're in the same position as you were back then. No, you're still making progress. So go out there, make progress, and let me know how it goes. All right, thanks.